I mean, I've actually been consulting Mr. Abdesh for the last year to understand a little bit about the market. I mean, I would shift focus a little bit, you know. Why are we all doing this, first of all, is, you know, kind of bringing in that main purpose piece, which is for the environment. Yeah, I mean, and eventually making the shift towards a greener, sustainable sort of, yeah, green climate, green mobility. Um, I think from a perspective of the market, we can just give you a little bit about how we see it from a global perspective. And India has its own nuances. Over the last year, I've been learning about what needs to happen on the AC charging, what needs to happen on the DC side of it. Um, I think what's really important to think about is, first of all, the production of your energy, your production of your devices should also be done sustainably. So I'll just give you a few things that we're working on. First of all, to use recycled materials, making sure that they're ethically sourced, you know, not that at the end of the day your product itself is a polluter. Um, but also from, you know, someone said 95% of the charging happens at home. Uh, it varies, right? Obviously, in countries like Japan and with high rises, but yeah, 60 to 70% of the charging is happening at home. What we saw in the market in the last year is that everyone's focusing on DC, DC, DC. You know, these tenders come out and people get really pumped up and they all want to hit that L1, L2 type of price point and get these contracts. We're still really early. I mean, at the end of the day, we're not even at a few percent of adoption on the four-wheel side. So, what I would really, I mean, not that I'm getting worried about the Indian market. I mean, it's an opportunity, but I think what people need to really think about is, you know, in order to bring consumer adoption for vehicles, of course, the vehicle needs to get better. The battery needs to be much more, let's say, economical, better range. And that is also a key partnership that we have here. You know, through Epsilon and Vikram, we've just been thinking about, you know, what is coming up in the next 10 years from a battery technology standpoint, right? LMC, LFP, solid state, whatnot. And how will the charger mainly be developing on an innovation standpoint? So I think, listen, we all are talking about commercial a lot, right? It's the CPOs care about reliability, about efficiency. The consumer cares about, you know, he just cares about obviously economics as well and the environment. But you know, user experience is quite important, and no one seems to be really looking at that. Yeah, I suggest all of you guys to come to our stand, and we'll give you a little bit of an idea of what our, let's say, mission and values are when it comes to, let's say, our product. But coming to DC and AC, uh, I think that as the DC charger becomes cheaper and the supply chain, especially in India, becomes more indigenous and you don't need to import these power modules. I mean, we have a plan as well to start not just manufacturing just the shell and actually manufacture the key critical components here in India, and you know the power module being one big piece of it. But the DC charger, if it can come down to a few $1,000s, then we see that, listen, the car manufacturers don't need to install a converter in their vehicle or the bike or the three-wheelers. But if that's our main objective, so you'll be seeing what we're trying to bring out here to a 30 to 60 kilowatt charger. In Europe, you need to pay 1,200 euros a month as a retainer as soon as you go over 50 kilowatts. So, you know, these type of learnings that we're getting on the other end is what we're trying to, let's say, apply for in this market. But coming to your question, are we weary? No, look, we're in it for the long haul. We're really thinking about it from a 10-year perspective. Uh, my suggestion to people would be that, you know, it's right now utilization is probably low, so the investment from a CPO standpoint doesn't look that great. And the venture capital guys are, I see some of them in the room, we're listening in. Look, utilization will go up, CPOs will become more profitable. Hardware, I think, long-term quality, reliability, and user experience. If you focus on that, you kind of win the end game. So I rambled a bit, but hopefully that answered it.